So every time I get on this game, I haven't played this game for about 2 weeks, but somehow every time I get on this game, I can find something that upsets me about this game. Every time, without fail, every time. What is this, people? A two-man animation, a fucking two-man animation from at least 8 feet out or 6 feet out. A two-man animation. It's a foul, which I had no control over. I had no control over none of that. Like all I did was jump. It was a light jump. I should have just put my hands up, but still, like that just would have been. They take too much control. This game is not dynamic, people. Like they take way too much control out of the user's hand, and it's not even things like this. It's loose balls. You poke the ball loose, the CPU magnetized towards it, and then you get pushed away from it. Like, what sense does that make? And when have you ever seen that happen on a real basketball court? Like you strip the ball and then the offensive player, the player you just stripped it from, or the players on his team just magnetize towards the ball, and some unspoken force just pushes you away from the ball. I don't understand why they program their games like this. Like you have foot playing in the game. Well, it's spotty, but you have it. Like that even gets taken away to most extent. That even gets taken away when loose balls. Like I've seen players slide the most when balls was loose, when basketballs was loose, when the ball was loose on the court. I've seen players slide the most. Then offensive rebounding is still broken, and of course it's broken because you have to. Okay, look at it this way: the CPU always knows where the ball is on the court. So when the ball bounces off the rim, all you have to do is really look at the nearest CPU player, and that's exactly where the ball's going. And I'm not even mad at that because you have to program it that way. It's just the fact that they take your positioning out of the factor. See, they'll jump all over your back. They'll snatch the ball through your hands, through your body. They don't care. That's where I have the problem with that. Like, I don't care if the CPU psychically knows where the ball is going to go. It's just, it's a game. You have to program that way, or else they wouldn't get any rebounds. So that's cool, but just make positioning matter, and they don't do that. Like, this game is very mechanical. It's not dynamic. It feels very mechanical. Too many instances of the same animation happens with different results. Like, how is it that I go up and get fouled, and then the CPU runs a fast break down the court, and they get the same exact animation as I get, but this time it's a foul? Like, that's not fun. It is impossible to play this game without getting frustrated, because the CPU is always cheating you no matter what. Just remember that, people. The CPU is always cheating. There's never a time where they're not cheating. And they have to some extent. But they try, I don't know, Mike Wang, Scott O'Gallagher, like those guys, man, they don't like basketball. I'm sorry, they don't like sim. They don't want you to play simulation basketball. This game tries to jerk you, and it succeeds at jerking you around every corner that you look. There's always something keeping you from playing a simulation basketball game. Period. Like forced turnovers that doesn't even make sense. Like errant passes thrown that don't even make sense. If you're gonna make the game more, that's the reason I say I like NBA Live's translation of difficulty a lot better than I like this, because NBA Live, or at least before they patched it, the CPU would just knock down more shots. That's more believable than some uncontrollable force from the sky moving my player out the way so this guy can get an open shot. I would rather them just make more shots than that. Like just shit up shooting percentages for the CPU. Don't mess with my controller, and don't push my guys out the way so they can get open looks to make it look more acceptable. Like I can't play this and not get upset, man, because I'm getting cheated. I don't take being cheated lightly. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in real life, and I most certainly don't like it in basketball game. Or any game that I play. It doesn't even have to be basketball. I just don't like cheating. Like, it's ridiculous. And they take it so far to where it's programmed. They have this script running in the background, this old school rubber band momentum script running in the background, to where it's a teeter-totter of halves, right? Like, first half you can dominate, second half not so much, and it never fails. When you play online, I actually feel more comfortable when I'm losing by a lot in the first, because I know I'll break that lead in the second half and come back in the second half, and the game will be close. All the other three quarters don't matter. Like it's one period at the end of the first to where they go on a run and they start making more shots than usual. But other than that, like nothing really matters. It's the first three quarters. None of those matter. The fourth quarter is where it is, because usually things are going to be evened up around in the fourth quarter, and that's where it's bean time. And that makes no sense. Like, why can't I work? And if I'm beating an opponent, no dramatic change should happen. No dramatic change should happen. Look at what happened. Cavaliers Warriors a few days ago. Warriors absolutely spanked their ass. It was a blowout the whole way through. No wild ass comebacks. No stupid comebacks. No. Kyrie Irving and bench warmers, finna just start knocking down three after three and uncontrollable stuff. None of that happened. They got blew out throughout the first half, and the second half was mostly the same thing. So come on, like stop all this momentum system bullshit with let's keep the games close, because it don't play out like that all the time. People work their way in the NBA. They work their way into runs. They take good shots, they get hot, and they work their way into runs. They don't just flip a switch on and say, oh, it's time to come back. That's stupid, and it's always been stupid, and I always felt it was stupid, even back in the Dreamcast days when I was playing this game, because it's just not realistic. It could be, and back it was acceptable back then because you couldn't program the AI to be smart enough to be able to work themselves in the game. But in 2016, this is fucking unacceptable. Like, I know you can program this AI to play smart basketball and get themselves back in the game without jerking the fucking user. Like, I'm dead serious, man. Like, it's not possible to play this game without getting angry, no matter what difficulty level you play on. Of course, when you play on pro and rookie, you'll win, but you'll still be getting fucked over. Quite often, they'll fuck you over still. It's just their shot making ability is lower, so you'll still end up winning. But I'm not gonna play NBA Live. I don't find that to be a bad game. I just find it to have some other problems in it that kind of keeps it from really being. I'm not gonna say it's unplayable, but it's some problems with NBA Live that for me has to be fixed before I can play that. Because I'm not a guy who I don't have brand loyalty. Like, I play the better game. Like, if NBA Live was better, I would be playing NBA Live. Like, you don't put your trust in companies, people. Like 2K, these people over at 2K don't give a damn about you. These people over at EA don't give a damn about you. PS4, these people at Sony, they don't give a damn about you. Nor do Xbox. They want your money. Like, you pay them for a service and you pay them for a product. There's nothing friendly about that. It's just a transaction. It's nothing. They don't give a damn about you. They only care about your money. Like, 2K is not giving me these games for free. So, I don't have brand loyalty. I'm sorry. So, I'm just looking for the best basketball game I can get, because I love these games. I love to play them. I've always loved to play them. And it just shames me to see the direction that the series is going in. But listen, I'm not going to keep you guys all day with this long rant. I tend to ramble a little bit when in times like this, but just let me know, people, what you think in the comment section, and I'll try to probably get some more games in this. I don't know, people.